Good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 18 of Dratnos's Minecraft Technic Pack Let's Play. So today we're going to be building our lovely base. This video was originally live streamed, and actually the whole thing, all like 2 hours of it, is available on YouTube as well. So if you want to check that out, there should be a link annotation thing now. Otherwise, this shorter version will hopefully satisfy some of you with minimaler attention spans. So what we're going to do first is we're going to try and get a buildcraft filler going. So we needed some ink sacks for that. We got that going. We're going to go ahead and just pop over. See what we're doing over here. Yes, we were briefly just testing some sound to make sure that everything was being streamed properly. It was, don't worry. So we need our dandelion yellow for our builder. Our filler, per se. Yeah, there's that recipe. And we're going to need a little bit of lovely gold ingots to make gold gears, a little bit of iron ingots to get there as well, cobblestone, and some wood as well. So, with that on the way, just going to go ahead and make sticks for our wooden gear. And we're using our Klein star to transmute to everything we need pretty much. Now we'll just go ahead and pull out our lovely little philosopher's stone, make ourselves up all the gears. Lovely. There we go. And we should have pretty much all of the recipe now. Just need a little bit of a chest and a thing. So, we're flying around here using Swiftwolf's Rending Gale. This is the area that we're going to be using. We need a little bit of lapis, and we found some there. So, this is the area that we've poured out fully, and we're just going to go ahead and now we need a floor, basically. What we're going to use is we're going to use a filler, but we're also going to need some landmarks around to define the area of the floor. Whew. So, we've got our filler coming up shortly, as soon as we can make the chest and crafting bench that are part of that. There it goes. A little bit of a recipe going on here. There's our filler. And we see we're going to need to use the electrical engines back there for some power. So we're just going to go ahead and create a wireless transmitter that we can just flick on and off to turn that little array on. And we'll just go ahead and make ourselves a few more landmarks to define the area. And we'll go ahead and grab some of the pipes we'll need for the power. And let's go ahead and plonk down the landmarks. There's one. And we put a redstone torch right next to it so that the beam will extend forever so that we can do a bit more easy leveling. And if we just go ahead and do the same thing over here, now we know exactly where we need to put the other lovely redstone torch, or landmark per se. And if we can just get rid of those now, which is sometimes a bit difficult because the blue lines actually make it harder to remove things. And we just right-click there, you can see the area has been defined in red. We stick down the filler, all the landmarks are removed, and it now knows that it's going to fill out this area. Cool. So now we're going to need to both supply it with power and fill it up with dirt. And you can see here that I'm taking the slightly horrible slow way and just clicking on the dirt as much as I need. That's okay. Well, yeah, it's gonna get a little bit annoying. I'm sorry. So, we're just linking our power pipe up there to the right frequency. And if we've now started up our array, which we have out here, and we fill up with dirt, of course we need to tell the recipe, or the filler, what exactly we want it to do. And to do that, we need some bricks to define a little template. So we'll go ahead and cook up some bricks, and in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and transmute to some more wood. And as soon as we get enough bricks, we'll just go ahead and make an actual block of bricks. And then we'll use that to help our filler out. Go ahead and pull out those 4, make the bricks, learn them. And cool, we've got enough. Theoretically. Yes. Sounds good. Just go ahead and make sure that we have both bricks and clay learned in our table, and we can transmute to them. There we go, our filler has now learned the fill completely recipe. And if you look over there, it's going. It's good stuff. Now we just need to make all the dirt we're going to need, which is not an insubstantial amount of dirt, which was not an insubstantial amount of clicking. That actually got quite sore, although I didn't let on. That was indeed not very positive, and I should have... apparently there's a way you can change a config file to make that, because right now the alt pick wasn't working for me. So we've got our dirt coming in, some good stuff, some awesome stuff. Just go ahead and keep filling up our filler here, and head out outside here, just make sure that our rubber tree farm wasn't leaching any power by accident. And more dirt, lovely dirt. This was when I was reading chat here, because this was originally live streamed. People were, well, I wish this was on YouTube sped up now, so that I could skip through this bit. I don't blame you. This part's quite tedious. Luckily, it's a bit better sped up, because it actually looks kind of cool with all the, like, instant stack numbers going up thing. Anyways, you can see that there's a bit of darkness starting to accumulate at the back of our quarry there. Good stuff. That means that it's being very well covered with our lovely dirt. I could have used something other than dirt, but because I have a Philosopher's Stone, I can very easily transmute dirt to, like, stone if I want to. But I might want to keep it as dirt and let the grass spread. So I kept it that way. That's how it's going to go. Whew. Keeping our delightful filler filled. It's not bad. Using our Clan Star to continue to transmute away a little bit of our precious EMC in order to make some slightly less precious dirt. Although, I suppose in this case, the dirt's actually more useful than just 1 point of EMC. Whew, in it goes, and out we go. And in we get the dirt into our inventory. Lovely, soothing, mellifluous, melodious endeavor we're going on here. It's not horrible, but it is quite horrible. Ideally, I could, as soon as I actually get my base going, we'll not have to do that ever again, hopefully, because we can just use a condenser in order to get things like that going. So there it is, just quickly filling along with stuff, and it's out, and we're gonna need more. I was hoping that it would make it, but it's not gonna happen. What a shame. So our last bit of dirt. Lovely. And there's our ship, by the way, from episodes like 1 through 12. And there we go. There's our lovely quarry space, almost filled. 3 short. Now we'll just go ahead and plonk them in there. And take down our quarry and our filler and everything. And we can now walk across this whole area here. You can see the grass is starting to spread right there. So our base is going to be pretty cool, I hope. We're going to have a central foyer in the middle. Out there along the sides, we're going to have like a little bunker for industrial craft. And then we're going to have 2 big towers on the left and right. And in order to do all this building, we're going to use what's called the Mercurial Eye in equivalent exchange. So we're going to go ahead and get all of that transmutation stuff going. Need a bit of red matter, which I hadn't learned because all of my recipes got reset when Technic updated most recently. Whew, cool. So we're transmuting all of our lovely stuff that we're going to need for our Mercurial Eye. Mercurial Eye is basically an incredibly overpowered builder's tool. What you do is you stick some power in one side and a target on the other side, and boom, it can just start creating things. You can charge it up, and it can create a lot of things. Many things, like that. And you can actually change the mode on it, and have it create even more absurd things. Like that. That's transmuting it into the ground. There's pillar extension mode. You can see it just extended out a pillar as far as it could. Yeah. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty powerful tool. And it's one that can be quite bad if it's misused. So we're going to have our central entrance to our base be right about here. And we're trying to figure out what material we're going to use. We're going to go ahead and use marble. I'm just going to fly over here to my little marble quarry here that I made myself back before I had automatic quarries and everything. And we've just gone ahead and set transmutation mode. We'll just transmute some of the ground here to marble. Lovely. It's basically like a Philosopher's Stone transmutation tool, but on steroids. And you can just use creation mode at no charge to make it just like placing a block. It's pretty cool. So there's our central like entranceway. And if we figure out where the center is, there's the center. That's where our door is going to be. Beautiful. And we'll just go ahead and power up some creative mode. Well, not creative, creator mode. There we go. There's a little bit of floor. We need a little bit more floor. But first off, we'll just go ahead and build the walls. Walls are almost always a good idea, especially in a game with things that can come kill you. There's extension mode, and you need to use extension mode from the side for it to work properly. There it is. Working great. Working lovely. And if we just go ahead and pull out here to 1 block further, like so, and we use extension mode, yeah, we're good the rest of the way. There it is. All of our lovely walls made. Oops. We just sort of opened up a hole down into our under quarry. Hopefully we never accidentally do that while actually living here. That would be problematic. Whew, cool. So that's where our bunker stuff's going to go, all the way back there. And we're just going to go ahead and transmute in some of the floor here. And we goofed. If you watch the live stream footage, we goofed is pretty much the most common thing I say. It gets pretty bad later on in this video. And yeah, sorry about that. I'm not very good at this game. And I managed to do it again. There we go. Nice. And in go all of the blocks. Good stuff. So our first tower is going to go down here. We're going to go ahead and use, what is it? Basalt bricks for this tower. And it's going to be in lovely square shape. So first off, we need to make ourselves the basalt bricks. And we haven't actually learned that recipe to our table yet. So we're just going to have to smelt up to some smooth basalt. In the meantime, yeah, it's going to go there. We should have that all smelted up now. There it is. And we'll just go ahead and learn that lovely recipe. Keep one in our chest there so that we can always transmute to it in future. And let's just go ahead and make ourselves a floor for our tower. All right, there's a nice even floor for our tower. No, that's not gonna roll. That is not gonna do it for us. Let's go ahead and just do a little bit of precision work here. Ta-da! And we're going to count out stuff. I don't even remember how far it was when we counted it out. There it is. There's a little floor for our tower. It's good stuff. Trying to use pillar extension mode here. Oops. So pillar extension mode, you need to come from below if you want it to go up. Let's go ahead and do that. There it is. There's a pillar extended up into the air. That's pretty cool stuff. So we're going to go ahead and just repeat that around to make the walls. I know that they're 3 thick, and I actually would have preferred them not to be 3 thick. But that's okay. And of course, some lovely turtles that we can terrorize and gain a bit of XP and chests from. Always a benefit. So we'll just go ahead and make some other walls. Wow, this is actually... Oops, we weren't on the correct mode. Ta-da! We were using the Philosopher's Stone, I think. Derp. So there's the rest of our walls. It goes up very high, but not quite to the height limit. For those of you that were interested there. We're just going to go ahead and extend our walls a little bit. Because it was a bit claustrophobic otherwise. And it's not good. And we're just going to go ahead and transmute some of this lovely ice here into some dirt. Because I didn't really like the frozen lake feel. Now, if only there was a way to change the biome. I wonder if there's a way in Technic to change biomes so that we don't get all this snow. I'm not a fan of snow. Well, it's not that bad, actually. I don't really mind it that much. But if there's an easy way in Technic that you can design like a weather machine or something, that would be quite cool. Quite awesome. Indeed. So we'll just go ahead and finish our tower up here as night falls over our lovely world. Make sure that we're counting everything out correctly. Let's see, does that work? Yeah, okay. And we can actually go a few more out if we want walls. Like here would even be fine. Yeah. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. There we go. And wow, there it is. There's our lovely wall. That's quite imposing. Some pretty cool stuff. And we'll just go ahead and build ourselves the back wall. Ta-da! Almost. Not quite. Let's just hop down here and do that one more time. There we go. Ta-da! So, we've got now our first towers, like facade built. We need to build our second tower. We're going to do that in the shape of a circle. And we're going to do it with stone bricks. Stone little brickies. It's not bad. There's our stone brickies, learned by our table. Target them with our mercurial eye. And let's go ahead and build ourselves the lovely circle first. So where's our center for our circle going to be? Probably right about there. No, actually, maybe a bit more back right. There it is. There'd be okay. And we'll just go ahead and count out some radii. There we go. Got ourselves a little radius. And we can just build a circle quite easily using the old traditional easy Dratnos method. This is in fact my favorite circle. If you watch my Tekkit Let's Play with nearby gamer Diloop and Nate, I end up making a tower of that kind of circular dimension as well. Although here I'm going to use the mercurial eye to do everything, and I end up goofing this actually, but that's okay. The circle is not quite perfect after I made it here. It's a bit of a problem. It's not optimal. Would have been better if we'd not goofed here, but we end up goofing during one of these parts. I'm not sure exactly where we misclicked, but we created a bit of a pillar that we didn't want to. But it still looks roughly circular, and you didn't actually notice unless you checked the circle dimensions. Yeah, you can see if you like pause the video, you can see that the counts aren't all the same on each side. But it does actually look roughly circular. So that's okay. So what do we need to do now? Well, we kind of need we kind of need to take care of some passageways between the tower and the main base. So we're gonna go ahead and do that with glass. There we go. We'll just make ourselves a little teleport or a little walkway across. There we go. We'll just use extension mode, get stuff across, like so. Ta-da! From our Mercurial Eye, which has those lovely 4 different modes. And we'll do the same thing over here with a bit of a bigger nether portal shaped thing. Cool. And cool. Nice. And we'll go ahead and just do that same thing to extend along the top. Cool, we have a little entrance. Good stuff. And we'll just do the same thing along the bottom, which we neglected for a second. There it is. And there we go. Cool, we now have our 2 entrances off to the side of our lovely towers here. Going well. So now, while I briefly meander around, kill a few helpless rodents, we're gonna go ahead and figure out what we're going to do next. Yeah, that does look a little bit off-centered. There it is. You can see we goofed on the like back left there from above. Whew. All right, looking good. Just gonna go ahead and somebody in chat requested that I change my minimap to round at that point, so I did that. It was some good stuff. And gonna go ahead and try and make ourselves some string for some wool. We were having some troubles with that initially. Turns out the problem was that even if you stick something in the target section, it doesn't actually learn the recipe unless you either burn it or stick it in the input side of the table. There you go. Now we can transmute to that. Somebody very helpful in chat was able to fix that for me before I spent a whole episode being goofy. So, just fly on over here, get some dye that we'll need, some red dye. It's good stuff. Very helpful. I seem to be saying good stuff a lot. Not entirely sure why that's happening this episode more than any other episode. So we're trying to figure out what material we're going to build the living area out of. And we end up picking marble bricks. So marble bricks are a good choice here in my opinion, because it's the same color as the central area, but the same texture as the 2 side areas. And that should add a little bit of continuity to our base. So we'll just build out in the form of a little bit of a triangle here. Sounds good. Reach out like that. Yeah, there it is. Ta-da! There's our back area built. And we'll just go ahead and quickly switch to some of the material that we need in here. Sounds good. A little bit of precision filling going on. Not too much, but a little bit. Our lovely, helpful builder's tool, the Mercurial Eye. Some awesome utility device. I recommend it if you're ever building in Technic Pack, Minecraft. Whew! Cool. Alright. There's our little stuff. We're gonna have this area at the back of the triangle here be sort of an entrance out of the living area and into our industrial craft bunkers back here. Whew! So, right now, we're gonna go ahead and I'm going to sort of see what we do and then commentate on it as if I knew that that's what I was about to do the whole time. Cool. Just fly around a bit, talk about some theory, and hop in here. We're gonna go ahead and make ourselves some lovely materials that we're going to need for our bunkers. So our bunkers are gonna be sort of the same colors as the towers, but in like an opposite pattern. So you'll see the basalt brick bunker is gonna be on the side of the stone brick tower, and vice versa. So there you go. There's all the lovely little area for that. And if we go ahead and do the same thing, marble brick will be like the center divider, and stone brick along the edge here. Cool. Just go ahead and, oops, a little bit of a goof there. No biggie. We can do a little bit of precision work if we need to in a bit. And there we go, there's our stuff. We'll just go ahead and fill those up with dirt. And we'll go ahead and remake the line here. And we'll go ahead and go around here. And there we go. We have our 2, like, floors for bunkers. They're gonna mostly... Wow, this looks sort of like a smiley face, doesn't it? That's pretty cool. So the bunkers are gonna be mostly below ground. We're gonna have 1 floor of each above ground, but otherwise they're all gonna be below ground. So we're just gonna go ahead and transmute out the walls now using our extension mode. Not pillar extension mode. Pillar extension mode would be a bad time. That would not be pleasant. Using pillar extension mode here, it would just shoot out and, like, destroy half of my base in terms of visually. Cool, so out we go. Pull that out a little bit further. Cool. And we just go ahead and make ourselves the start of some walls here. We're not actually going to complete all of those walls for the time being. Lovely little yawn there. Just go ahead and pull that out a little bit further. And we're trying to get some grass spread going here. You can see it's coming along, but a bit slowly. That's okay. So here come the stone bricks. Lovely. Good stuff. Some stone brickies. And out we go with the extension. Also useful. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Cool. Cool. Let's go ahead and build the walls and roof for this thing. Well, at least the walls. Not sure when we get to the roof. We feeling roof now? Not sure. I'm not sure what we're feeling now, but there's our base getting quite complete. That's pretty good for... This was roughly like an hour and a half in. That's quite a lot of work done for an hour and a half. It's pretty useful, considering that we also had to fill out the whole area with dirt. If you tried to do this in regular Minecraft, you'd probably be about a quarter of the way through this process without all this lovely Technic goodies, and that would be at best. Whew, okay. So now we're going to go ahead and get going. Somebody in chat suggested that I make a yin-yang in the center here, so I'm just going to go ahead and try and do that, play it by ear and make a yin-yang. I actually look pretty successful in doing that here. It ends up a bit like off-centered, but not actually too badly. You can see there the yin-yang, yeah, if it was a bit more circular, that'd probably be almost perfect. There it is, somebody wanted a yin-yang in the floor, and I decided, hey, you know what, that would be cool. And that's one of the benefits of being on my live streams, which you can find at twitch.tv/Dratnos, and the next live stream will always be posted there as soon as I know when it is. So here we're just going to do a little bit of decorating work. It's not going to come out perfectly, let me warn you. So if you have any serious like OCD issues with building going on properly, like I do sometimes, it doesn't turn out properly here. Sorry, it just doesn't always happen like that. Oops. Cool. But it's a pretty cool idea, I think, going up along the sides with this glass here. Especially because you can't actually see all the way in, so it's like glass surrounding some basalt. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you can see there that there's a lovely little goof there, but still it looks fine from afar. The goofs mostly occur at the corners. I'm not entirely sure how I would have fixed them, but I think I have done them wrong, most of the corners. I think I did that very first corner right, and then from there, I did them wrong. And I did a little minor goof there that I actually realized correctly. And where they cross, I've got this one going in a different direction. Where they cross, I want a little bit of flavor. I'm going to go ahead and use red lamps for that. We're going to use red power red lamps. We're going to need, hopefully, quite a lot of red lamps, because we'll find quite a lot of good places for them. So we'll just go ahead and learn that recipe here. We need some fancy lumar, which is made with redstone dust, glowstone dust, and rose red. And we're also going to need a little bit of redstone, a little bit of glass, and that should make our lamp. So we're just going to go ahead and here and check to make sure. Yeah, we're going to need some glowstone dust from the nether. Just going to pop through to our nether base here, pick up a little bit of glowstone, pop back to safety, da-da-da-da-da, and out of our ship we go. Whew, that ship's still a little bit nostalgic, because we had so much fun on it in the early episodes of this season, starting with, like, episode 5 of season 2 on to, like, episode 12. It's pretty cool. And our relay there was almost full. We're just going to go ahead and pull out all that power with our Klein Star. Some good stuff. Didn't actually waste anything. We almost did. It got to like 1000 EMC out from full, and then stuff would have started getting wasted. That wouldn't have made me very happy. Whew, okay, we've learned all of the dyes and stuff we need, and now we just need to transmute to the correct quantities thereof. Out they come, as you can see. Just gonna go ahead and empty our inventory a little bit so that we have some space for all of this lovely recipe shenanigans. Another lovely yawn here. Ah, lovely. Awesome. Here come out our redstone. We're gonna need, yeah, stacks of redstone for both the lumar and the lamps themselves. We should be making enough materials to make roughly 1 stack of lamps, which should be more than enough. We end up using like 4. Cool. And go ahead and stick the glass in here. A little bit of glass in our thing. We can get that because glass is 1 EMC. We can just target it by targeting another 1 EMC block. And out comes the glass. We need 6 whole stacks to make 1 stack of red lamps. That's okay. For reference, we could have used any other color ramps. The mod actually adds all colors, pretty much. But I was a fan of red, because people wanted red for some reason in chat. And I actually kind of agree that red would look good. So we've got our redstone torches here. Redstone torch next to a red lamp turns it on. And in these little central divides here, let's go ahead and check in there. Yeah, there it is. There it is. That's what it's going to look like. We'll just go ahead and repeat that for every time there's a little bit of an intersection. Of course, there's a little bit of a goof. Yeah, people were informing me on chat, like right now, that there were goofs. That goofs existed. And that I was bad at this game, which I'm well aware of. Cool, and a little bit of one last place for the red lamps. We'll leave that for now. Cool. It's pretty awesome. There's our base. It's coming along quite nicely. It's got a little bit of actual detailing going on, which is surprisingly cool. It doesn't look perfect, but it's okay. We'll go ahead and add some more of this lovely detailing back here, because I'm sure that you guys were all wondering if that was all we were going to do. No, we were going to do a little bit more. There again, we made that same goof, which is quite appallingly bad. And there's also a little bit of goofage. It's okay, though. We'll continue to head on down here. Mosey on down the tower. And there goes, there's where our redstone torches will go, and red lamps there. Lovely. Lovely. And we've got a little bit of dead space on this side here. We'll end up hopefully building something cool with that, or you will, as you might hear a bit later on. But for now, we'll just go ahead and leave it. It's fine. We're going to go ahead and get to work instead on some other aspects of the base. I can only stay in one area for too long. I get bored with things pretty quickly. So we'll go ahead and fire out now the roof to this little thing here. We'll just use extension mode, and boom, out comes the roof. Awesome. And we managed to derp there again, to goof. Out comes our goof, slowly, and pick that stuff up. There we go. There's our wall. Unfortunately, it's snowing. We'll have to put down, I guess, a lot of, like, glowstone-y blocks eventually. Right now, we're just kind of building, like, the base blocks of each area, and we'll build trim, or you guys will later. So, in fact, let me get to that now. What I decided to do mid-livestream was let everybody in on a chance to do this. There's a little bit of a video with an announcement to that. But basically, what you can do is if you can get the world save file for this, I'll have the world save file both pre and post building this in the comments below. You can go ahead and take the world save file and make a better base than me, or improve this same base. And whichever one looks best, I will go ahead and start using that one. And I'll go ahead and look through a couple of them next episode. So the deadline for this is going to be Saturday, the next Saturday after this. I'm recording this on March 27th. So the next Saturday after this, go ahead and that'll be the deadline for turning in your lovely world if you're interested in doing that. If you want, you can submit to me a video response, and then I can see that, and I'll approve video responses to, like, this video and to any of the other videos related to this one, the long video or the announcement of the contest. Either of those ones, you can go ahead and submit a video response to, but that's entirely optional. All you really need to do is just download this file, make it better, and then send me the file. That's the important thing. I need the file. So you can do that by just going into your .technic SSP and compressing the correct save folder. If you're on Windows, it's pretty easy. You just right-click it and hit send to compressed folder, and then upload that to a site like Mediafire and give me the link, and I'll go ahead and do a few reviews. So we're just going to go ahead and build a bit of a balcony here, and that'll go into the second floor where our living space will be back in the triangle area. So we've got a little bit of we're going to need some stairs. Go ahead and kind of count out stairs, how we're going to do that here. Ta-da! That's our stair pattern. We're going to use red powers bricks here, half slabs, to make it easy to walk up, which means we need 2 at each level. There it is. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Cool. Not bad. Got a little bit of excess. There it is. Our lovely staircases. Bit of symmetry going on here. And we just need to have the glass be easily accessible. And the glass be easily accessible over here as well. I'm not sure how we're going to do that. It's going to be a bit trickier over here. Let's just go ahead and head on in here and check to make sure that everything looks good. It does. Everything looks good. Nice, there's our tower. A lovely tower of awesomeness. Whew, okay. So there we go. We've got our little, our pathway into the, both towers now working. It's pretty cool. Not entirely sure what we're going to do in here, but it doesn't feel that claustrophobic. It feels actually quite fine. Could be a little bit less claustrophobic, though, if you're interested in making the tower a bit, I don't know, bigger if you're going to do this yourself. I'd be down for that. Either way works for me. Not going to really take points on or off for that. Cool. So we're just going to go ahead and build ourselves the upper second floor, basically, here for our lovely living areas, where we're going to have our bed go. Beds are almost always a good idea for sleeping in this game. I highly approve of beds. I recommend them if you're playing this game. They're useful. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Jolly good. Out we go. And there goes a little bit of glass. Transmute around a little bit. And we'll do the same thing over here to have a little bit of preserved style going on. And voila. Voila. There it is. There's our, pretty much everything. Everything's taking shape. We just need to build basically a roof and then do some interior detailing. If you're interested in doing that as well, the save files are in the comments below. And you can potentially be featured on the channel. I'll try and feature as many of the builds as possible. The most important thing is that you send me the file. I don't... like, the video response is just something in case you want a little bit of traffic to your channel. Otherwise, just the file is fine. Cool. So we're going to have some doors here, and we're going to have a little bit of art going on in the center there. Not entirely sure what the art's going to be. I'm not entirely sure if we even build it this episode. That's okay. Cool. Just going to light up the darkness here. It's horrible, horrible, evil darkness. Down goes our bed. And cool. There we go. We'll just build up some walls. And I think that's about as far as we're going to take it here. I think you guys can pretty much cover the rest if you want to. If you don't, obviously, then I can do it myself if nobody sends in anything. But I have a feeling that people might be interested in joining in here, getting a little bit involved, hands-on with the channel. And I figured this would be a cool way of doing it. So that's the ball that I'm throwing to you, you lovely viewers. That's it's your series. Well, it's mostly my series, but it's also your series, sort of. Yeah, it's sort of your series. I don't know. I wouldn't make it if it weren't for you guys, but I also wouldn't make it if it weren't for me. So yeah, there's my lovely logic. And here's our base as it stands now. Our lovely base. Our doors, we've got placeholders where doors will eventually go, but for now, this is what it looks like. This is our base. Got our lovely 2 towers, surrounded by our bunker, our central living area, and our foyer. Cool. And our little yin-yang, of course. And we've got a little bit of easy access out to our old base, which was somewhat intentional and somewhat not. So, thank you everybody for sticking around, for watching this. If you've watched this like all 3 times, you're a bit crazy. You're somewhat lunatic, whatever. Thanks everybody for watching. This has been Dratnos. Very much appreciated. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.